Yay Networks.
13 has been my lucky number for a while. Like, it's always a sign of good things to come for me.
This is 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast, breaking down every song, every Easter egg, every era, and every theory. Hosted by the biggest Swifties, Nick Adams, Anna Cassiejos, Amy Nichols, and Lacey G.
Welcome to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. I'm Lacey G.
I'm Anna.
And I'm Amy.
And we are here today still trying to wrap up the Speak Now vaults. We're going to be talking about Foolish One.
Foolish one, stop checking your mailbox.
So I have a serious question.
Yes.
Is it just because we just got 1989 vault that I feel like Speak Now does not have as good of vault tracks?
They're different.
You're right, they're different. I just feel like 1989 had so many bangers compared to Speak Now has a couple that I like, a couple that I really like, and then the rest of them I just like, if that makes more sense.
Well, I think because 1989 is different in the way that was Taylor's first fully pop album. Like, we refer to it as a pop Bible. And so even though the Speak Now vault has like an essence of pop, she wasn't fully confident in her pop-esque back then. You know what I mean? It's kind of the same when you think of like the Fearless vault. It fits that. Like, Foolish One, I think fits Speak Now more than any of the other vault tracks on Speak Now. Like, I Can See You is a little bit different. It's a little bit more edgy. Like, I think Foolish One and Timeless are so aggressively Speak Now. You know what I mean? But like,
that's true.
But like, Foolish One wouldn't be on 1989. And Is It Over Now wouldn't be on Speak Now. I think they're different because they're different genres too. And they're different moments in Taylor's life. And it's different songwriting.
Yeah. Because I like them. I'm not saying that I don't like her songs. They're just exactly what you said. They're completely different. These just aren't on repeat for me as much. I feel like the Speak Now vault tracks.
Well, I also think that the 1989 vaults are laced with something because it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how addicting how the 1989 vault is. But they are also, I mean, think about, there was an entire album in between this, but like Red, you know what I mean? So it's just, you're comparing
apples and oranges.
You're comparing Speak Now in 1989. That should be illegal.
Yeah. Okay, you're right. Bad on me for doing that. What a foolish one for even making that comparison.
No, I think it's totally fine. I mean, you know how we rank, you know, the track list, we rank within albums, we rank our track fives, and I've seen on TikTok, people have been ranking the vaults like all together, you know, being like the 1989 vault versus the Speak Now vault versus the Fearless vault.
Ooh, we need to do that sometime.
Yeah, we should. We should. That would be interesting. But I do think that part of the cool thing about the vaults in general is that they just showcase and mirror and almost give you extra details to the stories we already had in the albums. Because it's just that extra layer that, you know, when Taylor's like, I wanted to give this to you back then, but I didn't, but here it is now.
Well, I mean, you're absolutely correct, because how she weaves all of her stories together, how we didn't realize why she celebrated 22 the way that she did until 10-minute version came out.
It was there. I did not get it.
Just didn't piece it together.
No.
Right?
I mean, I guess moment I knew but I don't know that moment I knew we knew she was 21 in that moment.
Like, it clicked whenever we heard that it's supposed to be fun turning 21.
Yeah,
and that's when it kind of just like, it clicks. And I think that's totally fine. I think it's such a blessing that Taylor's discography is so extensive. And that's why we call it like the Taylor Swift cinematic universe, right? And I do feel like, you know, once we get into the 1989 vault tracks, the way that those stories are intertwining with the stories we already had, it's like getting extra chapters. You know what I mean? And I think Speak Now it's the same way. But yeah, I think Foolish One especially is just so aggressively Speak Now.
That's very true. I do want to point out how I like in 1989, she talks about, is it 9 months or 8 months sober?
10 months.
10 months sober and clean. And then let's fast forward to 300 takeout coffees later, how that does all come back to be 10 months. Like once you
Yeah.
do the math and everything. Taylor Swift be mathin'.
Yeah, she sure does.
She maths so hard.
You know how there's girl math?
Mhm.
I think there's like Swifty calculus.
Oh, for sure.
Like not even just Swifty math.
Yeah.
Swifty full on calculus, like algebra, trigonometry.
Did you hear what Nikki Glaser said recently?
I did not.
Funniest, oh my goodness, some of the funniest stuff I've heard. I'm a big fan of hers anyway, but she was talking about she was debating whether, or she was thinking about freezing her eggs. Then she decided to do exactly the opposite and burn them, which I thought was kind of, but she decided since she wasn't spending money on that, she had saved all this money for freezing her eggs, for potentially having kids, changed her mind. And so she decided to spend that money on herself. And she spent $25,000 seeing Taylor Swift
That's
on the
incredible.
Eras tour.
I didn't know what you were referencing. I did see that. It's crazy funny.
It's
I
easy
love
and fun.
it.
It's incredible. It really
True,
is.
and Swiftie math at its core. But the way that she's thinking is absolutely correct. You did save so much money doing this and then decided, I still want to spend the money on myself just in a different way.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think
Yeah.
that's so great.
Okay, so Foolish One.
Written by Taylor Swift, produced by Amy, Aaron Dessner.
Oh, shoot.
You didn't know that?
No,
You didn't hear it?
I didn't. See, this is what I was worried
Amy.
about. The pressure and not getting it. Oh my gosh. I should have.
You know what's so interesting though? Like the way that we were just talking about how Foolish One is so speak now. I feel like when we get into the lyrics, I feel like it is very speak now in the cadence. But if you take the lyrics and like slow them down, put them at a piano and make it sad, it could be on Evermore.
That's true. That's very true.
You know, but it's just the fairy tale-y like that's speak now. But if you were to sing the lyrics like just really kind of like I've seen on TikTok, there's a girl that did like a really sad, not sad, a slow piano cover of Me, and it's the exact same lyrics, but it's when you change the tempo and when you it completely changes the vibe, you know, because at the end of the day, Foolish One is just a song about being overlooked, right? Not being someone's first choice, being cheated on, but still being foolish enough to think that's going to change.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that is such like a young thing that's such a young mindset, like the speak now, you know, young mindset, but that could also very well happen in your later in life, you know, when you're dating in your 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, you can still have those exact same sentiments.
Mm-hmm.
So she's just the best songwriter of our generation.
Truly, she really, really is. I was trying to think about this. I was thinking, what would be my favorite Taylor Swift lyric?
Ooh.
We're
Ever?
we're working on a website right now. And that was one thing that we were supposed to think about is what would be our favorite Taylor Swift lyric. But then for me to even think about that question, I have a million because I'm like, what's the most standout lyric to me that I'll never forget, or what do I relate to the most? What's like the lyric of my moment? I mean, how do you answer that question? Because my first thought would be from the one, It's Another Day Waking Up Alone, just because that's the time of my life that I'm in, where I'm choosing to be single instead of choosing to be with someone that I wouldn't care to be with rather than be alone. So I think I would pick that lyric, but then I'm not going to say that's her best lyric of all time. That's just probably the most relatable one to me in my current era.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a loaded question. It's the same thing when someone asks like, "What's your favorite Taylor Swift song?" And I'm like, "What do you mean?"
Yeah. You need subcategories.
It's definitely subcategories and context, because Taylor's discography is wide enough where I do think that there's like she has a song for every situation that you're going through, and not just like romantic, but family, friends, work. You know, like she has been able to put feelings into words just when we aren't able to, just across her entire discography. So that's really hard.
But then she also rhymes cardigan with car again.
I know.
And that's
genius.
freaking genius. So, I
It's
mean,
incredible.
so hard to choose. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
You know, I feel like a lot of times we feel like listening to music is very therapeutic, and it is. And it's incredible that we all feel that way. But sometimes it's really important to actually talk to somebody, to talk to a licensed professional that can help you understand why it is that sometimes you're feeling the way that you're feeling. If you ever feel like your brain is just getting in its own way, like I have a lot of trouble sleeping because I feel like all of my thoughts start racing at 100 miles per hour all at the same time. But talking to a therapist, not only can she help me understand why I'm feeling that way, but she gives me the tools and skill set to better myself so that doesn't happen as much in the future.
I love talking to my therapist because sometimes it's better just to be able to work it out with other people. Sometimes she can see exactly what my problem is, even though I can't. And she's able to help me realize what the issue is and help me realize what's holding me back, help me realize what I can do to work for myself instead of against myself. And that's why I'm really grateful to be able to talk to my therapist at BetterHelp.
And therapy doesn't have to be just because of something really intense, really dramatic that's happening in your life. Sometimes it's important to talk to a therapist so you can learn coping skills, positive skills, learn how to set boundaries in your everyday life.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Make your brain your friend with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/Taylor Swift fan today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Taylor Swift fan. So Taylor starts off, foolish one. My cards are on the table. Yours are in your hand. She loves playing games. Chances are tonight you've already got plans. And chances are I will talk myself to sleep again.
So that's just like, that's already saying, like, I'm not hiding anything, but you are.
Yeah, he's withholding.
Like you're kind of giving me mixed signals. Signals. Mixed signals. Yes. That's
Nailed it.
That's what I'm I speak for a living. Thank you very much.
You give me just enough attention to keep my hopes too high.
Don't you hate when that happens, though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, in like the phase of dating, when you kind of start developing a crush on someone, and they really do give you just enough attention to think, oh my gosh, this could go somewhere. But it's like, you're the foolish one to think that and not be like, no, what if I
don't know. It's something that I don't get about dating is that it is a game.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there's a rule where I can't call them for 3 days, or I don't know. What's up with all the rules? I don't know.
Okay, but then on the opposite end, being the single person, I've been afraid of oversharing or giving someone
too much attention
because they give me a little attention and I'm not used to it. So then it's like, oh my gosh, I'm almost not used to somebody giving me attention in that kind of way. So then it's like, oh, you're giving me attention, then I might overshare or feel like I don't want to overshare, that I don't want to be too much because it's like, oh my goodness, I'm not used to male attention like that. So if I have somebody ask me how I'm doing, I'm like, you're asking me how I'm doing? And saying that out loud, I sound pathetic, but I'm just,
no,
I'm trying to say, I'm trying not to because I do have my guard up. So it's like, are you giving me attention and I'm just regurgitating out my whole life because I'm not used to it. And I'm foolish because you're giving me attention.
I
don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does.
Okay.
I get it. Yeah. Like on the flip side, you are protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just want to give you everything because you give me a little bit of attention.
But see, I've also been the other person where, like, in college, when Ryan and I started dating, and not even before we started dating, when I was interested in him, and I wanted him to know that I was interested in him, but I wasn't going to say it. You know what I mean? And granted, we were young, we were in college, but we would be at a party, and I would tell myself, I'm not going to go talk to him. I'm going to wait till he comes and talks to me, right? And I would kind of look at him from across the room. He'd come over, he'd say something. Okay, all right, it was good to see you, bye, and leave. Give him just enough attention to keep his hopes too high. You know, because, like, I don't want to be the one that's like, you know,
I mean,
his cards were on the table, mine were in my hand.
Right. There's the theory you want to be with someone who loves you more than you love them.
I haven't heard that.
You have not heard that theory?
No.
Have you, Lacey?
I don't think so.
Oh, never mind.
No, do share.
No, that's it. That's the
What's it like in your relationship,
No,
Amy?
I have never discussed this with my partner, so I don't know. I thought that was a thing.
I mean, that makes
I don't necessarily believe it. I just have heard it.
yeah.
That's what they
That
say.
makes sense. You want someone who's going to put you up on a pedestal,
Exactly.
for sure.
You don't want to
And appreciate
You don't want
you.
to feel like you're somebody's second choice.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
But you
Know
also
your
shouldn't.
worth.
You also shouldn't make your partner feel like they're your second choice. But we're talking about dating. We're not talking about like
Right.
established relationship, like healthy relationships. We're talking about the cat and mouse point of a relationship, right? Like that's kind of the foolish one-time setting.
I feel like we are totally making excuses for the way Taylor was being treated, right?
Well, I was going to say about making somebody feel like they're your second choice. I used to see TikToks where people would say, oh, I refer to this guy as my first husband, even though he's my only husband, but I jokingly refer to him as my first husband.
Oh, keep them humble.
Yeah, I did that.
While you were married?
Yeah. Look at where that got me. That's all I'm saying. No, jokingly, that's not the ender. But you don't need to put someone down like that. I only did it like once, jokingly, not in front of people. Yeah, and then now it's not a joke because that's my one and only ex-husband.
Yeah.
Now people are like, next time you get married, no, I'm not getting married again. I think I'm one and done. I will be with people for sure. I don't think marriage is on the table for me. I tried it. It sucked. Sorry, Anna.
It's okay. But I also think that there's different stages of dating. And I feel like dating is a lot different when you're in your teenage years versus when you're in your early 20s, even to your late 20s. It's a completely different game that you're playing.
Yeah.
Sure.
And you're playing a different game when the person that you're playing with is in a different age bracket as well. If you're
Absolutely
5 years younger or if you're 5 years older, like it's just like you said, it's just games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in this situation, in this context, we have to assume that Taylor is young because this was written a decade ago. And she is being kind of like out there about her feelings and she knows that she shouldn't be. And she's foolish enough to think that things will change, even though she knows that they won't.
Right. I don't know if we read the lyric, and I will block out these voices of reason in my head. It's like red flags all over the place, and she's just not going to look at them.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she tells us what the voices are saying.
Yeah.
The voices say, you are not the exception. You will never learn your lesson. But those are the voices that she's blocking out. But she's admitting that, like in this song. Like she's like, yeah, but I'm going to choose to be blissful about it.
The foolish one.
Well, because you do want to have hope. You don't want to close yourself off to opportunities, even though you're still hopeful. Yeah, you might see the red flag, but what if?
There's always the what if.
Yeah.
And then there's also like the situation where, okay, but if I don't try, I'll never know. Right? Like if I don't say something, if I don't pursue this person, then I'll just spend my whole life wondering.
That's
Then
a good
then you
point.
have like the one that got away, but it's like, but what if I never even tried?
Yeah.
It's all about perspective, really.
This show is sponsored by Liquid IV. You know summer has officially started in my house when my kids are in full sports mode. We are outside constantly. Baseball games, practices, tournaments, running from one field to the next in the heat. And if you've ever sat through a doubleheader in the middle of the summer, then you know that staying hydrated is not optional. That's why I always throw in a few sticks of Liquid IV's Hydration Multiplier in my bag. I'm obsessed with the pina colada flavor right now, and it really just tastes like summer in a cup. Just tear it open, pour it into 16 ounces of water, and it hydrates faster than water alone. It's powered by Live Hydroscience with an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients. Plus, Liquid IV has 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink and includes 8 vitamins and nutrients in every stick. It's also non-GMO, vegan, gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. Stay hydrated while you're on the go this summer with Liquid IV. Tear, pour, live more. Go to liquidiv.com and get 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at checkout. That's 20% off your first purchase with code TaylorSwiftFan at liquidiv.com.
Warmer, sunnier days are calling, and you can fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals. Meet your wellness goals in time for summer thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So if you only have a few minutes between meetings during the day, or you get home and you're just so hungry but you have no time to cook, Factor is where you should go. They have 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week, and you'll always have new flavors to explore. You can crush your wellness goals this May with dietitian approved meals and ingredients that you can trust. And these are delicious. From breakfast to dessert, you can stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. And you can keep kitchen time to a minimum. Factor meals are ready in 2 minutes, so no shopping, prepping, cooking, or cleaning up. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Head to factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 and use code TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code TaylorSwiftFan50 at factormeals.com/TaylorSwiftFan50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active.
Foolish one, stop checking your mailbox for confessions of love that ain't never gonna come. You will take the long way. You will take the long way down.
I always sing this as "You'll take the long way home."
Oh, that's understandable. I mean, if you're like trying to guess the lyric, that's
Yeah.
where I would end up.
Yeah,
So this has got to be a reference to Dear John letters, right?
Whoa.
So that would make me think this has to be about John Mayer.
I did not put that together.
I didn't put it together about the Dear John letters. That's a very good one. People on Reddit did make the connection that she's mentioned in interviews that John Mayer would email her. So I was going to ask, what mailbox is she checking? Because I was assuming it was going to be inboxes, but you're absolutely right.
Well,
the
double
Dear John,
meaning.
exactly. But the Dear John letters as well. But people did say that they think that this song has to do with John Mayer. Another one from Reddit, I'm laughing with my lover making forts under covers, said ours and Superman are both about John Mayer. Ours is kind of delusional when you consider she wrote Dear John about the same man, and Superman is definitely about him because the lyric, I loved you from the very first day, which was a secret message in the Dear John liner notes. And then someone else, Sweet Tea and Summer, said, I wouldn't call it delusional. It's just the difference between early infatuation and the end of abusive relationship awareness.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. Well, the very next lyric is, you know how to keep me waiting, which was the entire song of Superman. She's like, okay, I'll be here just sitting around waiting for you to come back.
Wow, I did not piece this together at all.
You know how to keep me waiting. I know how to act like I'm fine. I'm fine.
I'm good.
I'm fine. But don't know what to call this situation.
But I know I can't call you mine. I know it's not related, but it's like the lyric in the 1989 Vault where she's like, what is it? You're mine, but I'm not yours. What is that from?
Google.
Say don't go. I'm yours, but you're not mine. Same sentiment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's delicate, but I will do my best to seem bulletproof.
Another superhero reference.
I love the way that she sings bulletproof. I mean, that was not a good way of me singing it, but you know, we've all heard it.
Yeah.
Because when my head is on your shoulder, it starts thinking you'll come around. And maybe someday when we're older, this is something we'll laugh about.
That is also such like a young, naive way to look at it, especially if this is ultimately about a relationship that didn't end up going well. Like, it's not going to go well, but you're telling yourself, like, well, one day we'll laugh about this. It's like gaslighting yourself almost, Like, that's really heartbreaking.
Yeah, that you just want it to work so bad. You put your blinders on.
Yeah, like, really, like, truly, like, foolish one. Like, that's, like, this is really sad. This
This is something we'll laugh about over coffee every morning while you're watching the news. Now, I did see some people on Reddit saying, coffee? Sipping coffee like a late night show?
Yeah.
Wondering if that had to be about Jake Gyllenhaal. If that was maybe something written more towards the end, beginning of Red, Vault track. But I
don't
don't
know.
think that Jake Schmellenhall owns coffee. I think that
That's
you
what I was
can,
gonna say.
because coffee also comes up again, 1989 vault tracks,
Yeah.
300 takeout coffees later.
And even in You Are in Love, Coffee at Midnight. I don't.
Yeah.
And Starbucks Lovers, like, come on.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to give him that credit. And also, I think it's just the visual of like drinking coffee in the morning while you're watching the news. Like that's like
Yeah.
a thing that like, you know,
Adults do. People do.
People that have been together for a long time, like, yeah, you spend your mornings together, but like drinking coffee and watching the news. I don't think that's a connection to that person.
I would agree. But the voices say, you are not the exception. You will never learn your lesson. Foolish one, stop checking your mailbox for confessions of love that ain't never gonna come. You know what you can check your mailbox for, though? Green Chef. This episode is sponsored by Green Chef. Let me tell you what all I love about Green Chef. First off, they're the #1 meal kit for eating clean. I love it because you can kickstart your clean eating routine this October with 80+ weekly options featuring nutritious approved and foodie approved recipes. You can choose from 8 meal preferences, including new, easy, and quick, calorie smart, delicious discoveries, and plant-based options. I love that Green Chef makes it so easy. They deliver right to your front door with recipes with all the ingredients that you need. Why are you going to go buy a bunch of ingredients that you're never going to use again whenever Green Chef has everything measured out, sent directly to you? It makes cooking for your family easy. It makes deciding what's for dinner tonight easy and delicious and healthy. I picked some of their healthier options. I picked the Mediterranean, which was really good.
I'm not gonna lie, it's like a party in a box. My family gets so freaking excited whenever Green Chef shows up at the front door. They truly do. It's like I don't have to decide. It's just there with the recipe and all the ingredients, and we're just pulling it out of the box. And I don't know. We're all so happy. I don't even know what to say.
And eating well doesn't have to be boring. You know, I feel like people kind of associate like healthy eating with like a lack of flavor, but you can feel your best with Green Chef and discover exciting new flavors with recipes that feature certified organic fruits and vegetables, seafood, unique farm fresh ingredients like tart cherries, truffle zest. I am a sucker for truffle. And rainbow carrots. That's awesome.
Plus, they have delicious recipes like buttery lemon garlic shrimp, maple butternut squash risotto,
Yum.
and sriracha tamari beef bowls.
Oh my God. That sounds amazing.
Go to greenchef.com/60 Taylor Swift fan and use code 60 Taylor Swift fan to get 60% off plus free shipping.
Wow. 60% off plus free shipping. That is an incredible offer. Go to greenchef.com/60 Taylor Swift fan and use the code 60 Taylor Swift fan to get that 60% off plus free shipping.
Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well. Stop checking your mailbox for confessions of love that ain't gonna come. You will take the long way. You will take the long way down, foolish one. Stop checking your mailbox for confessions of love that ain't never gonna come. You will learn the hard way instead of just walking out. You will learn the hard way instead of just walking out.
Question. ... question mark from Midnights. That ain't never gonna come. Is that a double negative?
Yeah.
So then
Yes.
are they gonna come? Is that foolish?
Well, it is a double negative, but I don't know if it's in the sense of a double negative or just bad grammar.
That I mean it definitely flows better than saying that are never gonna come, that ain't never gonna come. But or is that just like a
And that's so country too, right?
yeah.
To do the double negative,
Oh, is it?
right?
I don't know, but I mean, ain't feels country.
Well, yeah. But wouldn't you be able to say like that ain't gonna come instead of ain't never gonna come?
It's just like really driving that point
That
home.
ain't never gonna come.
Yeah, I don't think it
Yeah.
is canceling.
Okay.
Or it could cancel and maybe she is going to get love confessions, just not from this person.
Ooh.
That she's canceling out because, I mean, I'm not foolish anymore. I know it's not going to come from you, but I'm not saying that I'm not going to be loved.
Or
that I'm not going to have somebody declaring love for me.
I like that. Or it's like clever in I'm telling myself they ain't never going to come, but deep down I know they're going to come. You know what I mean? Like, even though I'm saying it, like the voice is saying it's like, but those are the voices I'm drowning out. So like they are going to come.
Yeah.
But that's foolish to think that.
But I do like the line, you will learn the hard way instead of just walking out, because she is going to sit there and endure it and go through the pain rather than saying, this is too much. You're not worth it. Instead, she's going to go through the heartache.
Yeah.
Now I'm sliding down the wall with my head in my hands, saying, how could I not see the signs?
She's beating herself up.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't written me or called, but goodbye screaming in the silence. And the voices in my head are telling me why.
Yeah.
But goodbye screaming in the silence. What is that? You haven't written or called.
So she's not hearing from him, but the silence is the answer. He's saying bye. Like it's this, like the bye that's screaming, that's right?
Yes.
Or is she saying goodbye to screaming in the silence, like, okay, I'm done. Like how could I not see the signs? Oh my gosh, I'm so dumb. I didn't listen to this. Like, you haven't written or called her. So goodbye to screaming in the silence. Like, goodbye to this. I'm putting an end to this. I'm going to start listening to the voices. I'm like, goodbye to the situation. Goodbye to me being the foolish one, because screaming in silence is a foolish thing to do.
Yeah.
It could. I don't know. I think it would. I'd have to see the lyric book, because, if it's in quotations, that would clarify things, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I do like that the silence is the screaming goodbye, that the silence is the goodbye that she needed.
Yeah.
That you're telling me enough just with that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the voices in my head are telling me why. Because you got her on your arm and me in the wings. I'll get your longing glances, but she'll get your ring.
Yeah. I mean, it just sucks that, like, there are, like, it sucks how relatable this is to be in that situation where you so badly want this person to want you the way that you want them, but they just don't. You're just not it for them. And it sucks when you have that moment when you realize that. And then you just feel like the foolish one. Like, why would I think that? Like, how could I not see the signs? Like, obviously this person was, holding me back. This person was not giving me the attention, just enough attention to keep my hopes high, but not the real attention that I needed. Like, this person wasn't giving me what I deserved, and I just stood by and took it until I finally realized that, I'll get your longing glances, but someone else will get your ring, as in, like, end game, right? Like, ring, like, marriage. Mm-hmm. Someone else is getting that and not me.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. And you'll say you had the best of intentions, and maybe I will finally learn
my lesson.
Foolish one, stop checking your mailbox for confessions of love that ain't never gonna come. You'll take the long way. You will take the long way down. Foolish one, stop checking your mailbox for confessions of love that ain't never gonna come. You'll learn the hard way instead of just walking out.
La 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 la. La 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 la. I mean, then she just goes on and repeats it all again. But yeah, I think it's just sad how at one point or another everyone can relate to this.
It's the situationship, that's the term that everybody talks about now.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a term back then.
I don't think so.
A decade ago, but yeah. All those girlies.
Well, then, in this very last one, she does say, ain't never going to come around. Oh, you will learn the hard way now. Because now she has learned. She didn't walk out. She did suffer through it. Foolish one, still waiting around for confessions of love that ain't never going to come, and thinking he's the one. You should have been walking out, foolish one. Mm-hmm. The day is going to come for your confessions of love when all is said and done. He just wasn't the one. No, he just wasn't the one.
It really is just like a letter to your younger self.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Being kinder, she beats herself up through the whole song, and then by the end of it, just like, a pat on the back. It's okay.
He just wasn't the one. Like, it does suck to kind of like, if you were to write a letter to your younger self and be like, that person did not deserve all the love that you were giving them, when they obviously weren't accepting it. And it sucks that you only learn that with time. And you wish you could go back and tell your younger self that, but you're just like, oh, you're being a little foolish one. Like, you're so young.
And it's not your fault.
No.
It's not your fault if someone doesn't like you.
Right.
Then that's their bad.
And I think that's why people are so scared of letting themselves love, letting themselves be a foolish one and letting themselves, put themselves in those situations, because you're just, like we said earlier, like, you're just trying to protect yourself. And, at the end of the day, but if you don't try, then you won't know. But maybe this person just wasn't the one, and that's fine. That's okay.
But also just know that it's not your fault. If someone doesn't reciprocate
Exactly.
back, then that doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. Then it could just be down to attraction, pheromones, whatever, past experiences.
Life.
You don't have to change yourself to become this person who this other person would like.
Yes.
You still be you.
Oh, absolutely.
You still be you. Don't be a foolish one, and everything will work out. Hopefully. I think it will. Am I talking to myself? Am I talking to people?
Both. Your younger self?
All of the above?
Like she
yes.
is. Like
yes.
she is, to her younger self.
Summer is right around the corner, and we love to have fun, but we're all really well aware that it can get expensive. And when you have financial goals, you need to decide what's worth it. A Chime checking account helps you reach your financial goals while still enjoying your summer. Are you traveling at all this summer? Maybe to hit up another Eras tour date? And look, sometimes you know that you don't mean to overdraft, but it just happens when things start to add up. And Chime allows you to overdraft up to $200 with no fees, which at times can be a total game changer. You can set up your direct deposit with your Chime account, and you'll be notified to enroll in SpotMe. Live it up this summer and make progress towards your financial goals with Chime. Open your bank account in minutes at chime.com/Taylor Swift fan. That's chime.com/Taylor Swift fan. Chime feels like progress. Banking services and debit card provided by the Bancorp Bank N.A. or Stride Bank N.A. members. FDIC. SpotMe eligibility requirements and overdraft limits apply. Boosts are available to eligible Chime members enrolled in SpotMe and are subject to monthly limits. Terms and conditions apply. Go to chime.com/disclosures for details.
All right, we're quickly coming to a close on the Speak Now Vault. We have
Timeless.
one song left.
Yes.
Whoa.
Timeless. And if I remember correctly, Timeless was the time that Nick got answer correct for Secret Songs, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was on Timeless that Nick was wearing the Speak Now cardigan and got his first point, or one of his first points.
His only point.
Yeah.
It's okay. He's not here.
He didn't have that many, but
But you know what? I'm also glad that you mentioned that, because next week, Taylor's back on tour.
oh
The
my
Eras
goodness.
tour is going to be back.
The game
Our
comes
game
back.
is going to kick off our international leg. We have more surprise songs. She's going international. Is she going to change things up? Is she going to change outfits? What is going to happen? We're 1 week away.
I cannot believe this. I am so ready. I saw a video from Tess, who does the live stream. Dear Tess, who live streams everything. And in this video, Tess was saying, I watched the Eras tour and live streamed it from beginning to end. X amount, like so many times. Then during this break, I went to the Eras tour movie 3 times, and I'm still ready for her to get back. I can't get enough. Like, I've seen the Eras tour from front to end countless times, and I'm still so excited for her to be back. I mean,
Yes.
in the meantime, going to the Eras tour movie just to go get the fill, which I did. I finally got to go. It was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. A lot of little girls, a lot of dancing, a lot of dress up. I went on a Saturday evening. I was looking at 2 different movie times, and I was thinking, it's not going to be busy. People have already gone. No, it was still busy. Between the 2 movie times that I was looking at, I ended up in the second row because everything was filled. Still so much fun. I'm so ready and anticipating, and I don't know what to expect whenever she comes back. I have theories. I have guesses. I think she's going to change it up a little bit.
I think so too. I don't know how, but I think there's going to be little subtle changes at the very least.
So a theory is possibly that maybe some of the songs that she took out from the Eras tour is going to be replaced. because she wants people to be able to look at the Eras Tour movie and remember their experience exactly. So she only wanted to play the songs that everybody is going to see on tour, minus the secret songs. But look at what all she's done. I mean, she's released Speak Now and 1989 since then. So are we going to get more? Is she going to take away a song or two from here to be able to add more? We'll see. Who knows? Is she going to keep the secret songs? Is she going to start over? Is she starting something different? I don't know. I can't wait. I've missed our girl. I have enjoyed keeping up with her, checking out her other stadiums during the off season. That's been nice. But I'm ready for her to get back to performing.
I like how you called it the off season.
Yeah. Yeah. I did see tweets about that where people were saying that Taylor would go to games and she's like, I sold out this stadium 4 nights in a row and you can't sell it out for one day. Like, what are all these empty seats out here? Yeah, but it's going to be nice. It's hard to believe that she's been on a break and still kept us this busy. This has been her downtime.
Agreed. She's nuts.
And she's still out and about and just doing absolutely everything. So I can't wait to see what's in store next.
I know. We're so excited. And if you're listening and you're going to any of the international dates, or you're going to be in Argentina, in Latin America, South America, anywhere, and you're really excited, let us know. Post pictures of your outfits. Tag us because we want to see and we want to live vicariously through you.
Yes. So excited that this is going to continue once again. Thank you for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Be sure to give us a rating and review. All the ways to contact us are in the description of this podcast. Join us next time. We are still wrapping up Speak Now era. I'm Lacey.
I'm Anna.
Amy, I did hear the episode that y'all recorded without me. Of course.
Oh, yeah, you edit them.
And you said, Lacey's going to kill me. I'm going to do it anyway. I just wanted to see, foolish one, if I could peer pressure you while I'm looking at you right now.
Never.
So we'll be back.
Thanks for listening to 13, a Taylor Swift fan podcast. Subscribe for free and leave a positive review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.